Today we're going to be taking a look at the Yukikaze. Now, I don't really see this destroyer out and about all that much. It's kind of rare to see one, but it's a pretty solid destroyer. I would say it's my number 2. First being Shenyang, this would be number 2. Now, what may put people off with this destroyer would be that it's pretty much just a Kagero with some different skills, different type of smoke, but it's not as strong torpedo-wise as the Kagero. Kagero does more damage and reloads quicker, so you know that might sway people's mind of why I would need this ship. But having 3 charges of fuel smoke is pretty nice. It's not the long-lasting smoke, but Kagero only gets 1. But not only that, you get 2 charges of sonar, which is awesome to have, especially going against other DDs. But my favorite thing about the ship is that it has a very low detectability range. It is the lowest of all tier 8 destroyers, sitting at 5.01, and that's before the refined coal. So with the refined coal, it comes down to like 4 point something, 4.9 or something like that. But back to the torpedoes, just because they're weaker than the Kageros doesn't make them bad. They're still really, really good torpedoes. Gun wise, she's not bad. I know a lot of people have this stigma for IJN guns on destroyers. It's really not that bad. The reload's a little on the long side, but the damage is pretty damn good. So yeah, use your guns. You'll see me use the guns in this game against another destroyer. Now, this fuel smoke can be used 2 different ways. Rushing in to YOLO some battleship, which is still effective because these torps hit hard, or using it to cover your escape from, say, a cruiser or a fight that you can't win against another DD. So the fuel smoke, even though it's, you know, it doesn't last as long, it still has its uses and it still can be very annoying to the enemy team. One of the things about being in a destroyer and playing it well is having good situational awareness. So I like to call it kind of like a battle flow analysis. You know, kind of think about where the battle's going, what's going to happen. But the other side to that coin is also being able to react to the enemy. Like right now, I'm reacting to this carrier who is pushing up. See, I'm slowly looking at this Kansas, but then I see that the carrier is about to be in range. And because I have great detectability, I'm not detected at this range. So I see he's moving forward, and it looks like turning, so I'm going to go ahead and anticipate that he is going to move just a little bit further than this position. So I send out my torps. I'm judging the battle, so to say. And that isn't something that you can easily teach. It just comes from experience playing a crap ton of battles in certain ships, ship types, things like that. And that was a nasty hit on the Lexington. All 8 hit, and down goes Fraser. So now I'm going to take this fight to this Benson here. I'm using AP because he's at the range where I'm going to get the best amount of damage with my guns. Most destroyers won't fire at you. They just try to get torps, and one of the other things about torps is, and I've tested this with multiple ships, from 4.5 and under, that is when you hear the audible sound of torpedo tubes going off. So if you're going to launch at like 5 kilometers and higher. If you're going to launch within that 4.5, then I would use what I like to call the SWAG method, which stands for scientific wild ass guess. Because as soon as you hear torps go off, people naturally just start turning or immediately slam on the brakes. So you're going to have to guesstimate really well. Now, unfortunately for this Benson, he started shooting at me way too late. He was shooting HE at me, which he should have been shooting AP. But because he decided to shoot too late, he ended up losing this gunfight against the Yukikaze, something that should not have happened, but it did. So that's that. But back to that previous gunfight with that Benson, I had at the very beginning sonar running, which allowed me to see the torps as they were coming. But not only that, if he decided to smoke up try to hide in smoke, I would have had him spotted the whole time, which is probably why he didn't smoke up. So that is one of the benefits of this ship over the Kagero, and I'll take that sonar any day. Now, another thing I see destroyers make mistakes about is chasing after a kill. So this Kansas ran to the corner, was on his way over there. Instead of me chasing him and wasting time, I'm just gonna run into the cap. Me and this other destroyer, it'd be a 2-to-1 advantage on this cap, so we'll start taking it as soon as I get in here, which we need to because we're losing our cap at the moment. But we have plenty of ships over there, I'm not too worried about that. So this would be the smarter play. I'm not detected because, again, great detectability range. But now that means the Kansas has to come back to make a play. He just can't sit out there and try to take pot shots at me if I'm like running and chasing him down and trying to shoot him. So right now he has to come to me because we're taking this cap. Not only that, Amagi died, so he has no choice. So that is what he's doing. He's making his way downtown, walking fast. I don't know the rest. But I'm going to go ahead and smoke up for good measure. Send some torps. And with this kill, that is all she wrote. We get the overwhelming victory, the big game hunter, and Battlestar, pretty much all the awards. But not a bad game for a destroyer. 73,000 damage. Yeah, the ship's not that bad. If you're on the fence about it, thinking, oh, it's worse than the Kagero, it's not worse. Maybe the torpedoes don't do as much damage as you'd like, but it's enough, and you get a lot of utility, and utility wins games. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time.